After that, Chun calls Zul and asks her if she is free tonight. He would like to meet up with her. He tells her the address and says he will wait for her there. One looks at his friend and says he seems to have changed a bit. In the evening, they meet at a restaurant. One is stunned to see Zole hugging Chun so openly. She says she missed him so much. One thinks that Chin made a single call and brought an 8 out of 10 girl. He wonders if this is still the loyal, licking dog he used to know. Chin introduces Wan to Zul. She asks Chun if he has called her so late just to introduce friends to her, but then wonders if he is introducing her to his circle. She starts blushing, thinking he has her in his heart. Chin replies that he wants to ask her to help him with a play tomorrow. The next day, Ma is driving on the highway with Leo Jia. He tells her not to be gloomy. She will not be happy with that loserly one. He will get her a new bag for her birthday in a few days. She replies that words are easy to say, but considering the years of their relationship, Ma better treat her well in the future. Suddenly, a Ferrari overtakes them and brakes in front of his car. Ma brakes just in time and avoids an accident. He yells at the guy in the Ferrari, asking if he doesn't know how to drive appropriately, but then he sees a woman with perfect curves, shining wheels, and unparalleled headlights stepping out of the red car. He becomes a fan of her beauty and says a Ferrari is nothing compared to her. Right after that, one steps out of the car, covered in luxury brands from head to toe. Jia is shocked to see him coming out of that luxury car. Zole grabs him by his arm and says she is scared as the new car he bought for her almost got hit by this guy. One acts hesitantly and says that if it gets hit, he will buy her a new one. Ma looks at one and wonders how he turned out like this, and if he is a hidden rich second generation. Jia looks at them and thinks for a second. She understands that they are acting. She yells at one, asking what he is trying to pretend. One tries to act cool but fails. He tells Zul to get in the car as they still have a bit to go. Jia tells when she has known him for a long time and asks if he thinks she does not know about his background. She admits she is wrong but says his performance today disgusts her. Zhang, who is in the car with Chun, listens to their conversation and tells Chun that the woman has figured it out. Chun smiles and says it is not a problem. It is time to take the stage with his younger brother. The real show is about to begin. Following this, all the cars he borrowed drive towards their location, arriving quickly and surrounding Mo. A man in a white suit, familiar to Mo, steps out of one of the cars, pretending to be an old friend and expressing surprise at seeing Mo there. Mo is shocked to see this man. Subsequently, the other drivers exit their vehicles. The man in white, named Bai, walks up to Mo and asks if he recognizes him. Mo starts shaking in fear as Bai encircles him and Jia, questioning whether Mo told her his name is Mai, that his family owns a coal mine, and that he studies in America. Bai grabs Mo by the head, telling Jia that Mo is a habitual liar who pretends to be wealthy to deceive women into bed, calling him nothing more than a gigolo. Bai laughs, asking if she truly believes he is a rich second generation. He mocks Mo's tactics as clumsy and says he should have starved by now, yet naive girls still fall for it. He adds that Jia does not deserve to be with wealthy people. Jia, devastated by his words, runs to beat Mo with her sandals, calling him worse than a dog and threatening to kill him. Mo starts crying and apologizing to her. Seeing this, one tells Zul to leave. Jia grabs him by the leg, pleading with him not to leave her behind. She explains she is not admiring vanity, but rather afraid of being poor, and begs for another chance. One walks away, telling her not to call him anymore, effectively breaking up with her. Mo tries to escape, but Chun blocks his way, asking where he plans to go. He tells Mo that letting him go is possible, but first, he must give himself 100 slaps. Later, they all go to a pub to celebrate. Chun thanks everyone for their strong support, but the others tell him not to be so formal since Han's friends are his friends too. Bai gets closer to Chin, mentioning he has heard Chin is a master on the Shark Live platform and asks for a favor. Chin asks what kind of favor. Bai says he has a favorite streamer he wants to support, but he is out of money this month and wonders if Chin can help. Chun realizes they want to test his abilities again, noting that wealthy people often underestimate others. Jin gets embarrassed and tells Chun that Bai is just joking and not to take it to heart, advising Bai that supporting his girl is his own responsibility, not Chin's. Chun slams his glass on the table, making the others think he is angry and wants to fight, but he unlocks his phone, slides it towards Bai, and says he is going to the bathroom, letting Bai use his account freely. Bai is surprised at Chin's trust, but he really does spend freely. In the washroom, Chin thinks he might feel reluctant if they ask him to pay the bill, but he is not tired of paying for gifts since the system pays for them anyway. When he returns from the washroom, he sees the guys gathered around Bai, encouraging him to spend more. Chin asks what is going on with all the excitement. Bai, sobbing, asks Chun to save the child. Chin takes his phone back and checks it, noting Bai only spent less than 20 million, calling him weak. The others are stunned, wondering about Chin's true identity and if his family is richer than Tiandi and Banks. Bai sighs, admitting he might earn tens of thousands on a regular day, but surpassing 13 million feels like brushing out several sports cars, tearing his heart apart. Chen decides 20 million does not sound good and rounds it up to a neat 60 million for him. Bai begs him to stop, saying the girl does not deserve so much money. Jin asks Bai if he realizes he is not up to par, proposing a toast to Boss Chun. Bai admits he surrenders genuinely and will follow Chin's lead from now on. A girl in the bar notices Chun and asks who he is, recognizing Bai Killen from White Real Estate. Another girl comments it sounds like a gathering of the elite second generation in the top circles of Seoul, dreaming of joining them for a worry-free life. Another girl asks if the one called Chan is the mysterious person who went viral for brushing a billion, saying his life is her dream. Chen receives a text and tells the others he has something to attend to and will take off, promising to plan another meetup. The text is from Zaire, telling him she is in Seoul and cannot wait to meet him. He replies they can meet tomorrow, thinking it is time to reap a harvest of goodwill after leaving her hanging for so long. The next day, Zaire lands at the airport, thinking that as long as she exudes a little charm, Chun will end up as another catch in her fish pond. Chun looks at the messages from Shadam, who tries to fish him and apologizes for her past mistakes. He deletes the messages and blocks her contact. Zaire asks what he is looking at as they have tea at a cafe at the airport. Chun replies it is nothing and asks what she is talking about. She recalls her boss strictly asking her to capture him, even if she stripped herself naked and sent him to his bed. She thinks it is hateful that he can stay indifferent even in the face of her beauty. Zaire wonders about Chen's background, suspecting he might be running his own business or has a company due to his confidence in spending lavishly. Chun says the money he used to buy gifts was from his dad, and now his dad's company has gone bankrupt because of his spending, owing the bank tens of millions. He grabs her hand and asks if she can refund some of the money spent on gifts. She feels sick of him suddenly, her favorability plummeting, and she yells at him, asking if he is broke and why he pretends to be rich. She scolds him for wasting her time, calling him a disappointment. She dials someone's number, calling him Lon, and asks him to pick her up, claiming a loser is bothering her and she is scared. Chan smirks, thinking he has met practical women before, but never someone so shamelessly distorting facts. Lon enters the cafe, roaring, asking if Chun knows who runs this territory in Seoul. Zaire runs to hug him, claiming Chen harassed her. Lon is surprised to see Chun, ignoring Zaire and running to shake Chen's hand. He introduces himself as Cha Lon, who followed Brother Bai to toast Chun yesterday. Chen remembers him, and Lon expresses regret for not having more drinks with him yesterday, inviting Chun to honor him. Zaire is stunned to see Lon being polite to Chun, knowing Lon is a top-tier rich second generation in Seoul with numerous family industries and connections. Lon scolds Zaire, calling her stupid for not recognizing Chun as his eldest brother, saying Chun has enough money to bury her whole family alive. Zaire realizes Chun was testing her sincerity, and she missed the opportunity, thinking she must reclaim the moment. She apologizes to Chun, admitting she misunderstood him. The system notifies him that the dog-licking relationship has successfully bound, and the title Zaire will give him 20 strengthening points. Chun, playing it cool, takes a sip from his cup and says he forgives her, attributing her actions to youth and inexperience, and adds that he was just joking with her. She thanks him, calling him her favorite, and her favorability towards him increases. Chen notes that she is indeed a professional anchor. Her favorability rises quickly as long as there is money involved. Unfortunately for her, he will not simply let her go. Lon, furious, yells at her for treating his brother to foreign soy milk despite boosting her popularity to millions. He tells Chun they should consider today an unexpected encounter, hosting Chun and insisting he must honor them with his presence. Chin agrees, saying he will show the respect Lon deserves. Chin opens his car door for Lon and helps him sit carefully. Zir also rushes to sit with them, grabbing Chin's arm and keeping her chest close. She asks if he is still angry with her, to which he replies that she is worrying for nothing. She wonders why he is using the Shark Live app. Chun watches an anchor's live stream and sends multiple gifts, shocking the anchor. Zir, stunned by the quick gift-giving, regrets missing the opportunity, realizing Chin is playing with her. However, she finds his spending impressive, thinking that if his fingers were not tapping the screen, they might be touching her. Her favorability towards him increases dramatically. Lon brings Chun to Seoul's most famous private restaurant, Black Pearl, a 3-star restaurant with a members-only reservation system ensuring high privacy. Lon explains that the restaurant is renowned for its 3 highlights: outstanding food, unique scenery, and the boss's daughter, Xiao Yuki. Xiao is there, playing an instrument, and she looks at Chun, who is taken aback by her presence. Xiao sees Zir holding Chin's arm, and her favorability for him decreases by 5 points. She becomes furious, breaks her instrument, and runs away with tears in her eyes. Chin worries that Zhao's side was close to staging a counterattack and wonders if it will overturn at a critical moment. He chases after her and catches her in the corridor. Xiao yells at him, accusing him of toying with her emotions and asking him to let her go. Chan, thinking quickly, decides to play the victim, asking if she is watched to the fore. She cries, asking why he is bringing up movies when she is talking about her feelings. He tells her he is the tomato tycoon, lighting a cigarette to appear burdened by life and responsibilities. He explains that his extraordinary family background comes with an unwritten rule. Once the heir turns 18, they must spend 10 billion within a month to inherit the entire 50 billion family fortune. He describes his diligent efforts to spend the money, including investments, charitable activities, and environmental protection initiatives. The girl earlier was just a streamer he tipped to keep spending money. He grabs Zhao's hand and says this secret is known only to her, and that he does not expect her understanding. He simply needed to share the burden. He bids her goodbye, telling her to take care of herself, and walks away. Xiao, realizing she doubted him wrongly, runs after him and hugs him from behind, asking him not to leave her. She admits her mistake and apologizes for accusing him, thinking he genuinely cares about her and revealing secrets like his family inheritance. Her favorability level increases to 92. They return to the others with smiles, and Xiao tells them not to apologize as her earlier mood affected everyone's meal. She offers to cover the meal for Chen, impressing Lon, who notes it only took Chen 5 minutes to sort things out. Zir, feeling jealous, thinks Xiao is acting high and mighty, trying to be the main consort.